Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Heather Love. So, I wanted to come on this time and show everybody my ebook, Snitch, on Kindle, Amazon for $9.99. Please go on there and purchase it and help women against domestic violence. Also, I had just launched Snitch, which was about me working with the police department and everything to catch my murderer and everything. So, I also have a website. You can go on my website. It is Sex and Love Middle Age, crafting and practical narratives to engage and inspire. Sex and Love Middle Age.com. So, there is that, and then there is my blog. It also says award-winning storytelling by Sex and Love at Middle Age. You can find my blog. That is my blog. It is Mama Bear, MAMMABEAR 862 .wix WIXSITE.com / sex and love at 44. It's sex and love at 44. So that was my blog that I created, talking about middle-aged dating after divorce or separation, what it's been like for me. Me and my husband have been separated for like 5 years, and our anniversary is actually coming up on the 13th of this month. But I've been on one date since we separated, with this black dark skinned gentleman I met in Charleston, and we went. He asked me for my number. We went on the date, and then I got stuck paying the bill, and he was completely weird the whole entire time that we were on the date. So I decided to talk about what it was like dating after divorce or separation, and being an empty nester versus being 19 and dating. Dating at full time after a separation and having kids is completely different, because you don't just have to get along with me, you also have to get along with my children, and vice versa. So I thought that I would start the conversation about what life is like dating after separation and divorce. And you can buy my book. It is my autobiography about escaping an abusive marriage and an abusive relationship. And it is to help me um, with my medical bills and getting on my feet, and helping me stay away from my domestic violence abuser. Most women end up going back because of lack of resources and funds to support themselves. So they end up going back to their abusers and their attackers because they can't make it financially without them. And then they end up being murdered, and um, or hurt even worse than what they were before. So the whole goal for domestic violence survivors is to help them be financially stable, and not to have to go back to their attackers and be forced to return to their abusers. So, because you have different types of domestic violence, you have verbal violence where they make you feel like nothing, emotional attachment where you can't survive without them. You have domestic violence, which is abusive, physically abusive. And then there is financial domestic violence where they control your finances and try to keep you trapped and solely dependent upon them, so you're forced to have to go back to them. Like you can't live life without them. So, which is also part of the control mechanism and everything else. So, I'm trying to work on starting a nonprofit organization for domestic violence survivors and emergency housing for domestic violence victims, because there isn't enough emergency housing. When I left my husband, I couldn't get in a domestic violence shelter for nothing. Like, nobody would take me. I was stuck living in my car for like a year and a half. I lived in my Kia Soul, broke and just heartbroken, but at least I was alive. So the whole goal is to stay alive and to stay away from your abusers. So, dating, I haven't started dating. I'm not emotionally ready to date. My PTSD gets in the way, and I'm really kind of socially awkward and everything. But I don't like the dating sites. eHarmony didn't send me anybody that I would ever consider dating. Woo Plus for